Hey, welcome to the second course video for the song Motto from NF and his album Hope. I'm musically malnourished and you're on my journey to go deep and wide in discovering new music and artists. In these videos, we do a deep dive into the lyrics and meaning behind the music. So let's get in, take a look at Motto. Okay, so I did see the music video for this as well as a behind the scenes, which is really cool. Those are over on Patreon. One thing I did not know that I did find very interesting is it says the boy standing outside of the building and on the red carpet is a callback to NF's track When I Grow Up. In the music video of the song, NF was performing for two people, of which one of them is the same boy seen on the red carpet. Both of them are seen slurping a drink and wearing a gray shirt. This one right here. So that's really fun. It's speculated this is a shout out to NF fans, implying they've been listening to NF since the beginning and is now still with him now, which was one of the things that was really special about the behind the scenes video for the making of this music video is a lot of the extras drove, some of them 15 hours or more, to come be a part of the video, and they got to kind of share what NF has meant to them. And so that was really cool. All right, here we go. Verse 1. I could write a record full of radio songs, do a bunch of features that my label would love, do a bunch of features that I don't even like, just to build up the hype. I could sell my house and move out to LA, get inside of rooms with the biggest of names, hire 50 people just to give me advice on the way I should write. I love that he said, "Oh God," there, because that's exactly how I felt when he was saying that. I was like, that sounds like a nightmare. Yeah, it sounds, yeah, sounds like a nightmare if you ask me. Yeah, it went from my bedroom to the big leagues. You know how many times that I was told things wouldn't work, but worked out having cold feet? Didn't keep me from success, but delayed it some. Here's what I love. That it didn't keep him from success, but delayed it some. I think that is a much better trajectory for a career and for not losing your soul. Like, it is a challenge to delay something in your life that you want, but staying true to who you are. And so I just love that. It's like, I think being a person in this world, there are a lot of things that want to woo you, a lot of things that want to be so flashy and sound so alluring. But man, obviously, like, listening to yourself, but even NF from a Christian point of view, like listening to God's voice and following his leadings, even when it doesn't seem right. I mean, I have asked God so many times that I'm like, open the right doors and shut the wrong doors, because I don't always trust myself. And I really need your wisdom. I need your guidance to know, like, hey, that looks like an open door, but I don't think it's the right door. And so I just love that about NF, and not selling out, ultimately staying true to who he was and being okay with the long game. I used to be the guy who'd kill to get a number one. I had to hear that song's a hit before I thought it was. But nowadays, I don't really give a what? Yeah, and I love that, man. It's like, okay, ultimately, you don't want to live for the praise of people. That will lead you down some really awful roads. If you are living and moving and acting and making decisions just for the hype, just for the praise of people, versus, I think a real leader understands this is the best way forward. And sometimes that means you're going to miss out on opportunities in the short term. Again, calling back to kind of long-term living, trajectory, sustainability, and being somebody that even when you do get those opportunities that you wanted, like, you're happy with who you are as a person. Might catch me at the award show Eating popcorn in the back row, catching Z's with my hat low. No nominations, but it's cool though. You might see me in the same clothes I had on last week. Am I ashamed? No. You heard the saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's my motto. Which at first when I heard this, the clothes I had on last week, am I ashamed? It could be talking about like being messy and being okay, but part of me wonders if it's maybe something even more sinister than that. And sinister may be too heavy of a word, but the idea of like, I don't always have to have something new, right? Because I do think that that's something that exists in a lot of, when it comes to people who are famous, especially because they might have stylists. And so it's like they're never really wearing the same thing. They're always wearing something new. So I feel like that probably speaks to that more than just like, I'm like sloppy, like I didn't shower and I didn't change. I feel like it's just saying like, no, I like this shirt, so I wear this shirt. It is kind of like Adam Sandler. Even though Adam Sandler can look a little sloppy at times, it's just the idea though that he wears what he finds comfortable and he doesn't feel the need to always have the newest thing, the most trendy thing. And so I love thinking about this line through that lens. Yeah, I miss buying CDs at the store and thumbing through the cases trying to make a choice. That don't make no sense to you? Well, of course. See, one man's inconvenience is another's joy. Wow. How are you unemployed? Telling me to get a life? You should look at yours. Congratulations, you can raise your voice. Hope you break both your legs falling off your horse, like falling off the high horse. Oh snap, this is the industry. Ooh, the dirty word, industry. Where it ain't how big you are, it's how big you seem. Where people sacrifice the art trying to chase a dream. Then they wonder why they music's lacking creativity. Because the soul's gone, man, the heart's gone. Would have gave anything to be respected by the artist I was listening to, but not no more. Them days are history. Skip the red carpet. You looking for me? Yeah, I think it's that idea, and it could be, I know that NF's really towed the line in the sense there's the one Eminem song where he seems to call NF out and call him a copy, but I think it's bigger than that. I think reinforcing the idea of the song as a whole, it was that he would have at a time like really looked up to all these people and probably just been like, oh my gosh, if I could get in a room with them. But when you've kind of made success for yourself, it's not that you're necessarily disrespecting those people, but you don't feel the need to grovel at their feet. Would it be cool to like maybe meet some people that he really respects? Sure. But he doesn't need it. And the idea of like other people to look at him, people that he respects, to recognize like, yeah, he's the greatest. Because when people talk about Eminem, of course Eminem has his haters, but there are also so many rap and hip hop legends who are just like, no, I'm not going to get on that train because it's undeniable what he's accomplished and all of that. And so I don't know that Nate necessarily gets that same recognition. And so I feel like he's saying too, though, is like, of course, there was a time I would have wanted that. I want them to point at me and go, that guy is one of the greatest. And there's probably, to be honest, a part in him that would still love that. But I think he fights against that. And he's just saying that day could come. That day probably will never come, but it's fine. Like I've done this thing. I've achieved something. I have scrapped and fought and built something without anybody else, giving me the accolades that he's honestly deserving of. You might catch me at the award show. Okay, so then we've got the repeated chorus. The bridge, got my feet propped up, leave my shirts untucked. I'm the boss, so what? I do what I want. Meaning, I think what he's trying to say here is like, he's not enslaved by any label or anybody telling him, no, you're going to make music this way. No, you can't do that song. No, you got to act this way. it is the idea again that he built this thing and he is in full control. So like he gets to set the dress code and all of that. Obviously saying that in a bigger thing is like he gets to decide, you know, what his career is going to look like. You got the trophy. That's great. I'm happy for you. No hate. Still got a smile on my face, chilling in the back like, hey. And then the repeated chorus. This is one of my favorite songs from NF. The music video was so much fun. You got to really see like his goofy side as well, which is always fun. But I'm just mad respect for NF and what he's been able to accomplish. And I think this song, of the songs where he kind of has that hype, and not that this song is necessarily hype, it's definitely a slower tempo song, but those songs where he's kind of reinforcing what he's accomplished, this is one of my favorites. I think it's really simple, but also really profound, and he communicates it very straightforward. So really love this one from a lyrical point, but also from a music standpoint. Can't wait to listen to it again. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for hanging out with me for this one. Hope to see you in the next one, because we're eating good.